Today's video is all about what do you do when you have a toddler that you give them choices like, do you want to wear the red shirt or the white shirt? And they say blue shirt. And you're like, okay, this strategy does not work. Okay, they're still not listening. What am I supposed to do? Well, in this video, I'm going to explain to you the reasons why this happens and some ways on what to do to troubleshoot, what to do about it. Okay, so the first thing is this. Let's look at this from another perspective. So the perspective we can look at this with is the fact that your child is doing some critical thinking skills. So it's actually a good thing that they're able to throw out a third option, and that third option makes sense. That's one way. I know you probably did not expect me to say that, but look at it that way. Sometimes I feel like as parents, we are just looking at things black and white, like they're not listening. They're not doing this. They're not doing that. But in all actuality, there's other things that's going on in the background that we should be excited about. Like even when your child has a temper tantrum, you can see that temper tantrum as this is my child being able to express their emotions. That's a good thing. They're able to tell me when they're mad. They're able to tell me when they're sad, when they're happy. Okay, things are going on all right inside their brain. So even though that's great to think about, I'm just saying this because I want to say that in order to help lower your frustration. But let's talk about ways to deal with this. So if your child is throwing out a third option, sometimes this is because they feel like they're always restricted. Could you imagine if all day long somebody is telling you you can only have two different options and you see a whole bunch of other options and you're like, when can I pick that thing, right? So what I would say is in situations like that, if there is something like them picking out their clothes or them picking out their snacks, allow them to do it, pick out their choices and things that are not so like critical, all right? When to give some variety. And if you're afraid that, okay, if I let them pick out their clothes, they're going to wear something inappropriate, meaning like it's hot outside and they're wearing long sleeves and boots, that's okay. Let them do that because they will learn by natural consequences that the weather dressing is not appropriate for the weather. So sometimes you don't have to be the one giving an outside consequence for every single thing. Some things can be given as a natural consequence. The second reason why your child might be doing this is that they want to get you in their world, meaning they want to go back and forth with you because they see this as a way of getting attention. So in this situation, if you find that your child is going to keep on going back and forth with you, you can do it like this. So let's say, for an example, you told your child you can play with your bike or you can bounce the basketball. And now they're saying, I want to do the sidewalk chalk. And you're saying, no, I told you you can play the basketball or ride your bike. That's it. We're not taking the sidewalk chalk out. And they keep on going back and forth with you. Instead of doing that, give them the two choices and say, if they're throwing out a third one, say, you have the basketball or the bike. I will be over there once you make your decision. So when you remove yourself from the situation, now they're not getting that attention that they were once getting before when you were going back and forth with them. And I guarantee, more than likely, I can't 100% guarantee, I'm not going to say 100% guarantee, but usually if that is the reason why they're doing that, they will stop. And they were like, oh, mommy, I want to pick the bike now. Because they want you to come back because they want your attention. So it's kind of like a way of calling their bluff. You're trying to call their bluff to see like, what are you doing this for? So that will let you know that they're doing it all for that attention and want to get involved with you. And my third point is this: to spend one-on-one time with your child. This would also help alleviate that, especially if it's because of this second point that I just mentioned. Because if they know that there is a certain time in the day that mommy's going to sit with me and she's going to allow me to talk and chatter and talk about whatever I want, and she's not going to interrupt me, she's not looking at her phone, then they're going to feel less likely to do it at the wrong times, right? So now you're showing them like this is the appropriate time to talk to mommy and to have these one-on-one conversations, not during this time when I'm giving you options and we need to just I'm just giving you options. You need to pick one and that's it. So I hope these strategies have helped you. Again, just constantly think in your mind when your child throws out that third thing that, wow, their brain is working, and it will probably make you smile inside instead of getting frustrated in the beginning. And try these strategies and let me know in the comments if it works for you, how it worked out for you, and all that stuff. And I will see you here next time.